Let's talk about some aspects on harvesting, drying, grinding, etc. So I just have here the plant. I just pulled it out of the soil. Uh, when we harvest it, you will feel it is humid and is quite sticked together. So to dry this plant, it's not enough just put it there somewhere in the shadow, because after a few days, in the middle inside here, it will start to ferment. So what is so helpful, when you just detach it, you open it. So that here, you see, that you make small pieces, that it doesn't remain attached here, because mainly here when the stem is thickened, here it starts to ferment and then it can even rot. So therefore I open it. And you open it as much as you can, and then I put it to the sun for a day or two in a dry place on a dry towel, and I keep it a part of it that it really dries good. If I don't do that work, let's say if I try to do this full drying, it doesn't come good, and then it's fermenting, getting maybe dark and so, and it loses quality. Now if you go to the roots, these roots we are harvesting by the late summer. So the plant was in bloom, and the leaves, everything, the power goes back to the root. So by the end of summer, I take off this root. In any case, wash the plant before. Wash it nicely so the soil is go off, the dust is going off and so. And of course, I harvest a plant where I'm sure there is no animal grazing, or maybe the chickens are not walking there. So it should be a protected site. And then I really wash it nicely, I dry it, and then I do that work of separation and drying it nicely. Whenever you can smell it starts to smell rotten or something, then you can be sure that it was too thick, and then it's not drying well, and then we don't have a good quality powder. So this is about drying. It is one of the herbs which is benefiting having it at the sun for a few days. Then we dry it nicely. If you have a dryer, a machine where you can dry it, put it on 45, 50 degrees, ventilated, and then you can dry it even more nicely. But normally if it is sunny, you can do it in your place where you are without the machine. This about the harvesting. Now I put that to the side. When I harvest it and then it is nicely dry, the first process of making it smaller, I just grind it in my hands. Clean hands, I just grind it until it is small pieces, not really powderized, but nearly. And this is enough to make the tea, it's enough to make the tincture. It doesn't need to be really grinded as a small powder. Like this is already hand grinded, is enough. And then I put it into a bottle, into a container, in a jar where it is then well prepared and well contained and not exposed to humidity and to dust. With the whole material, flower, leaves, the stengel, the roots, you can work for tincture, you can make the tea, you already can work. You can separate it, the flowers, the stengels, the leaves, the root, and to have some more specific indication. But as a beginner, we suggest to you just do the whole plant together. This is a full plant extraction we will do then with tea or with tincture. You will make good experience, and it is really a good starter to start with. So we grind it, we put it together, and we keep it in a dry place, so whenever you need, it is ready to use. The tea, you just take with 3 fingers the dry herb, you put it into the cup with 200 ml boiling water on it, let it there for 5 up to 10 minutes, you sieve it, and then you can drink this tea wonderful, perfect. Let's use always boiled water, so we are fine on the hygienic side. If I just do it with warm water, probably there are some microbes and maybe we are not on the good side. So it's safe and good with boiling water, 5 up to 10 minutes, and then you sieve it and you can drink it. This is wonderful. 2 cups of this tea is a wonderful treatment. So this is about the drying process of the plant. Now, in the next film, let's look to the grinding of the roots.